Hello, welcome back to the Wholehearted Truths podcast. We are still in our Type A personality series. Thank you for being here with me. This is episode 5, and today we're going over what I have learned about being Type A and being in business, and more specifically, what that means for sharing your story and just being yourself. I'm actually going to tie in some things that I had learned from a presentation recently. So stay with me. I promise you, we've got a little bit of sass mixed with grit, grace, and a whole lot of faith to lead you to endless possibilities. And I think you're going to feel that by the end of this today. So Type A personality, we've been talking all about that. I'm somebody that loves to have a checklist, complete the checklist. It's going to be done 100% right. No room for failure. Like that was me previously, where I'm learning to come back down on that and know that failing is truly learning. And even if we're leading other people, guiding other people, it does not always need to be done my way, the Type A way. I'm working on allowing and honoring others to be in their gifts when we can all work together and celebrate that. Here's the one thing that really stuck out to me about my business, though, and what I have learned. There are definitely good things about being Type A and being in business. One being that I am very strategic, right? Like if there's a task that needs to be done, it is going to get done. And also, I'll say in my thoughts, where the presentation last week actually talked about it. It's all about building your brand and storytelling. And it's important to document conversations, thoughts that you're having with yourself. Maybe it's feedback that other people are giving you. Documenting these things, because those in turn are going to be the bigger story that is then going to inspire somebody else to write their story, releasing some of that Type A, right? Like it all comes together. And so I share that I am now in a home-based business. And truthfully, if you would have asked me 5 years ago if that's what I would have been doing, I would have looked at you like you were crazy. Now I'm so grateful for that. And honestly, it just started by me sharing my story. I say that I share my story to invite other people to write theirs. I thought, Type A personality, I had to have all the answers, have this perfect business plan, have all the things, and that is not the case. On social media, I just started to share my story. I started to be vulnerable, to be transparent, to share the struggles, not just the celebration high mountaintop moments, but sharing the struggles. And in turn, that made me relatable to other people. My business was born. It grew faster than I ever would have imagined in the first couple of months. And here I am now at year 2. I was able to step away from my position working full time, where now I'm strategic about my time and actually make more than I was when I was in an office. And it's all about being able to tell your story. So having some sort of, one of the things that the presentations talked about too is a hook, right? What's going to draw people in? Guess what? The more vulnerable you can be about that, the better. Okay. Some of my hooks, like the best reel that I did, for example, recently, it's me sitting at our conference and my husband awkwardly grabbed the phone next to me because I started to pull tuna out of my bag. Everybody knows tuna in a crowd, not the best thing. But when you got to get that protein in, I was having tuna and a banana for a snack. So I'm eating it all crouched down. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can see it. You might have seen the reel. And it was the goofiest thing that he took a video. He was just going to send it to a couple of our friends. I decided to make a fun reel out of it. The hook was eating tuna in a crowd or something. I would have to go back and look. I can't remember. But I talked about the benefits of protein and tuna and all the things, where it's a mix of that hook, right? This is something that you're going to want to watch because it's funny, with real valuable information that's not anything sciencey that I had to research. It's just the truth. I eat protein and I pair it with a carb because it helps me stay full. It slows my digestion. I'm eating quality foods that I know the ingredients for. Just things that I do every day that other people may not know and take for granted, right? Sharing my story. That reel, it's to over 20,000 views now. This is crazy. And that is not what grows my business. I'm not here to tell you that. It's me consistently over time sharing my story, showing up for people, and really documenting and looking at what are the things that are core to me, that are true to what I believe about myself, and feedback of what others believe about me as well. And how do I merge those two worlds to really share a story? So, what I learned from being type A and being in business is that there's not always going to be a perfect answer. I'm still searching for like, what is my tagline? What is my like overall, I know what my vision is for my life and where I want to go, but my business has evolved throughout that of like, what is the core key things that I do and what do I really want to communicate out there? And I've had to be okay with that, growing and changing over time by documenting that. I'm just looking to see what else there is on here that I wanted to share. Um, Something that is really fun is to be able to talk about misconceptions as well. So people might believe that that 20,000 view reel is what, oh, well, she's got 20,000 views. That's why her business is booming. I don't know anybody that's liking that. Okay. So that's just like one of those goofy things. You'll see a lot of posts from me where there's like not many likes on it. But guess what? Over time, when I'm having conversations with people, they're like, hey, tell me more about what you've been doing. Like, you just look so happy or you look so good. Tell me more about what you're doing. And I'm not trying to sound vain. I'm giving you examples. Tell me more about like all the foods that you're eating. Those look really good. People just pay attention over time when you're consistent. So if you're type A, try to relax a little bit and just enjoy the process of story sharing, storytelling, and let your real, true, vulnerable self come out because some really cool things might happen. So homework for today. If you're not somebody that is utilizing social media right now, I'm going to challenge you today to put something on social media that might be vulnerable, that might make you a little bit scared, especially if you're somebody that is in this network marketing space. Do something that is going to challenge you, but also be the words that you reading it needed to hear a year ago, 2 months ago, whatever that may be. So challenge yourself today, share it with me on social media. Seriously, like send me a message, say, I did it, Ev, and I can't wait to celebrate you and cheer you on. All right, crew, we'll see you back here soon.